I think by now most He-Man fans are aware of the black sheep in the family that New Adventures of He-Man is. I don't know. Is the Netflix show the new black sheep? I don't know. But the point is, New Adventures was Mattel's reaction to bringing back their IP after the '87 fallout of the original line when they shipped too many sort of D-list characters, and they solved that by creating even more D-list characters and setting them in outer space. Boy, is it any shocker that this line didn't catch on. Well, it definitely has its fans, and as with most things in the '80s, it tends to age better. I mean, heck, even Target doubled down on an exclusive figure from the New Adventures with their slush head in the Masterverse series, which actually I think it's really cool that you can have a little octopus kind of Mr. Freeze Batman New Adventures head thing going on there. All right, that's a video for another time. So the New Adventures figures and getting them into classics, I've mentioned in a few videos, pretty much every time we do a video on a New Adventures character, that they had their challenges, and that's mostly because they had a lot of tooling, unlike the vintage Masters of the Universe line that had a basic buck system with a reptile, human, and beastie. Obviously there were fully tooled figures, but not as many as showed up in New Adventures, where almost every character not only had unique accessories, but a unique body. Now, we were able to mix and match and use some parts, and there were some pluses and minuses to how the armor would fit or not fit on different characters, based on how it was executed. But the point being is that New Adventures had its fair share of challenges, and it's one of the reasons that we never said we were going to get to every New Adventures character, just sort of the main ones. Because, well, we knew they were less popular and more expensive to do. They required more tooling. So that's kind of the formula for a collector line, and obviously another big thing collectors love are female characters, and we wanted to make sure to pay attention to this since this was a online brand sold to adult collectors, so we could make it chock full of females, unlike a retail line. Now, there's a few females to choose from. Teela had a unique look with a cool purple helmet, and everyone knows I do like purple helmets, but we wanted to focus on the actual original females first, and there was the good guy and bad guy, right? We had Greta and Mara. So they were kind of like the evil Lynn and Teela for New Adventures, more or less, even though Teela and the Sorceress made appearances. All right, so Greta did come out as part of a Space Mutants later on, but we'll get to her when we do. This video is talking about our female hero, which was Mara, not to be confused with the Indiana Jones deity from Disneyland. Now, like Greta, Mara also had two looks in the show, and both looks were reviewed. And in the end, well, it didn't really make too much sense to go with the Toga version because she's not really battle ready. And even the main version had two looks, both with sort of a midriff shown and not a midriff. And, again, this being an adult collector line, well, we're going to kind of lean towards the, shall we say, sexier version of a character. Because, that's what you do when you make an adult toy line. You don't have to worry about retail standards and parents being upset with Slave Leia showing up at Target. All right, so yes. So we made a badass, sexy warrior woman figure, kind of like Battleground Teela. What can I say? I like my women and my action figures to be badass. And, she helped grow that New Adventures crowd, which, again, was limited, but we knew it always was going to be. The idea that we were going to get to KO, like a generic human in a spandex suit, slim to none. I mean, granted, we did create original New Adventures characters like She-Ra, but, well, that was because she's a A-list character, and we wanted to connect her to this era. Using a toy is a great way to do this. Mara did have a really innovative feature in the sense that her hair, her ponytail, you could unclick the bottom and then put in an extension. It's the only action figure with hair extensions. We should, sell it to Sephora. So yeah, you could do the little mace, and then she could use her little hair extension as a weapon and wave it around. And there she was, Mara as a classics figure. You'll notice she is a galactic protector as opposed to the galactic guardians that they were in the '80s, and that's due to the, well, DC characters, the galactic guardians. We couldn't get access to this name. You might have thought it was the Guardians of the Galaxy that blocked it, but nope, DC owns the name. So there you go. That's why it became Galactic Protectors, kind of like a Ninja became Ninja Warrior. We wanted to show that we were acknowledging the right name, even if we didn't have rights to it. Hence the new logo Frank Varela did, based on the old one. So that was Mara joining the New Adventures. And, granted, she's the only female human. Well, I don't know, is Greta human? Maybe. Yeah, all right, human. She just has very pale skin. What can I say? All right, so we have two human females. But when you have a whole line of spacemen and mutants getting, these humans like even Darius, who is less mutant-like. It's tough because, you've got themes like, the flying guy and the scuba guy, and after that, New Adventures kind of tails off. So I'm glad we got Tamara. She helps build out this team. What can I say? She's a sexy, hot warrior chick.